T-shirt.
What's up, everybody? So this is a midnight video for you. Just watching a little thing on TV about the man with half a body, and I just really think it might motivate you guys, because I really think after watching this, how dare me or how dare you think of giving up on yourself or on anything that you want after you see this. Seriously, so just watch for a second.
I have no legs, so what? I'm no different than you. I'm no different than anybody. Put my shirt on the same way anybody else does. I can't say put my pants on the same way as everybody else does, but, you know, I eat the same way anybody else does. You know, there's nothing different about me.
He washes dishes, he cooks, he vacuums, he mows lawn. I've never seen him not be able to do anything, no matter what it is.
Kenny has never worn prosthetic legs or relied on a wheelchair. Believing he'd be more mobile and independent without them, he learned to walk using his arms.
I've been like this for 35 years. I've walked on my hands, you know, for 35 years, and I got calluses. My other hand has them too. The older I got, you know, the more tougher my hands would get from naturally walking on my hands.
Even though he has the calluses on his hands, he has the most gentle hands I've ever been touched by.
Kenny's legs hadn't developed normally because sections of his spine had never properly formed.
The bottom portion of the spine is the sacrum, and that is what is missing for Kenny. So this part of his back was floating free from his pelvis.
They told us he probably wouldn't live. If he made it through the first 24 hours, possibility, but they didn't think so.
Kenny's case is extreme and also very rare, and so we don't have many people who have lived into adulthood in his situation.
My parents, especially my mother, didn't understand why this happened. You know, having two normal kids and then going through what she went through with me. You know, it took my mother a really, really long time to accept me.
I guess I was in shock. I don't know any other way to describe it. I was very afraid of him. I didn't do anything for him. I didn't hold him. I didn't touch him. I was afraid of hurting him.
I held him in the hospital and kept him close.
With no backbone and his spinal cord exposed, Kenny's chances of survival were minimal. At just 6 months old, his parents were faced with a difficult dilemma. Doctors wanted to amputate Kenny's legs below the knee so that they could use the bones from his shins to complete his partially formed spine.
Young Kenny, that was the hardest thing I ever had to do in my life.
I know.
I thought I did the best thing for you.
And that you did.
I hope.
And nobody's gonna ever tell me any different.
A spine had been created for Kenny, but his wounds wouldn't heal.
They told us that if we could leave it alone, leave what was left of his legs on, but then we would probably lose him in 6 months to a year. And I'd rather have what I have than not have him at all.
A second amputation removed the remainder of Kenny's legs, but doctors still feared he wouldn't make it to adulthood.
He was in Children's Hospital. They gave him the time span of 17 years old, and he would have been dead. Well, he's over that time span.
But having no legs didn't stop Kenny from being mobile.
My dad pretty much taught me how to walk on my hands.
I just told him walk behind his mother because she walks like a duck, so just walk like her.
At first, Sharon feared for his safety.
I didn't want him to get hurt, so I wouldn't let him go outside and play. And that's when I learned that if I wanted my son to grow up to have anywhere near a normal life, then I had to step back and let him learn to do on his own.
With his mobility came freedom, and Kenny threw himself into every activity he tried.
He did anything any other child would do. Climb hills, climb trees. He let nothing be a problem to him.
I had a good childhood. I mean, I was able to go and play with other kids and do other things, you know, like a normal kid would do.
Yes, he was a very happy boy. He really didn't lose nothing because there was nothing there to lose.
You agree with me? Motivational, right? Inspiring, isn't it? Seriously, somebody who wasn't even supposed to live past 24 hours after being born is 35 with no legs and doesn't use a wheelchair or fake legs or anything. Walks on his hands. Lives a normal life, mows his own grass, does his own dishes. You guys? So what are you saying you can't do something for? Why are you ever thinking that you can't? Because you can. If he can, you sure as hell can. You got 2 legs. Go for what you want. Go for being the best you can be. Stop being a complainer. Stop being an excuse maker. And go out there. Jeez. It's not hard. Anyways, I just wanted to share that with you. I thought it was really crazy. I thought it was really interesting. And, you know, it motivated me. So, have a great night, you guys. Stay motivated. Stay feeling blessed and grateful.